All I know is to be no reason. 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 All I know, and you know, look at what. All I know is to be no reason. 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 All I know, and you know, look at what.
Y'all, the thumbs up the video because we're working. Please share. Thumbs up. If you're in the building, honey. I'm working for you all on this beautiful Friday. All right, so let's get these likes up. Okay, it's one of the most important things you can do for any content here on this platform. All right, it is 80 of y'all piling into the sanctuary, but it's only 56 likes. We're going to need these likes at least. Let's get these likes to 70 likes. We're going to need about 13 more likes, 14 more likes on this video before we can get into the tea, baby, because I'm over here busting the sweat, getting the things together, honey. Come on, let's thumbs up me for my pain and my work, honey. Show me my work, baby, okay? I'm giving y'all that content. Every day, every night, every week. Come on now. I'm working. All y'all gotta do is work them fingers and hit that thumbs up. Because we get into the teens, baby. We get into the teens for 2024. All right, and don't y'all see how the more y'all thumbs up, the bigger the live stream gets? Because if y'all thumbs up, YouTube sends out more notifications, all right? So let's thumbs up. Because I don't want none of the conscious crew coming in here talking about what's going on, what we talking about. I just got here. I just got my notification. I'm in here late. So somebody catch me up. So let's go ahead and just run it up. Get a crew time to get up in her, okay, by hitting that thumbs up. That's our superpower, honey, is that thumbs up button. All right. So y'all keep on liking, and moderators, please continue to encourage the folk to hit that thumbs up because we're working. Let me go ahead and switch over my microphone real quick. What's going on, Consciouztv? It is your favorite breakdown commentator, CCTV. Welcome to another riveting episode of the Consciouztv platform. Happy Friday, girl. Okay, it's a good start to a pussy popping weekend, honey. So please be safe out there in the worlds of the worlds because the goings on is goings on. I got a very special guest with me here today. He is no stranger to this platform, girl, and he's going to get into all of the mess that is going on over on his neck of the woods, girl. He is here to set the record straight. No pun intended. But before he does that, I need you guys to continue to thumbs up this video, because when you thumbs up a video, you are literally not only helping with the algorithm, but more importantly, you are triggering up the notification system. All right, you are literally knocking on the door of another conscious crew member and telling them to get their arses into the sanctuary. Also, shout out to all of the new subbies, girl. We got an influx of over 1K new subbies in the last 20-something days, because the king is indeed kangin'. All right. Also, please make sure that you guys have all of your notification bells set to all. And last but not least, please share the shit out of the stream, whether that is on your YouTube community wall, your Insta story, your Snapchat, your BGC, your MySpace, the dark side of Twitter, Tumblr, or your personal OF. I don't really give a damn where you lay the link. Just let them forward to know the real loud, live, and in color. And with no further ado, let's go ahead and push on through.
I know a place where you can recharge your soul.
Baby, that's Consciouztv.
And in the midst of brokenness, he gon' see your asshole.
Baby, that's Consciouztv.
You gon' heal, you gon' laugh, and catch a little shade.
Ooh, girl.
Y'all know he be slaying, y'all better stop playing. Come hear what he's saying.
Ladies and gentlemen.
We are in the building. I'm turning off this background music. Give me a 1. Hold on, don't give me a 1 yet. All right, I done turned off the background music. So give me a 1 now if the audio sounds great. Sometimes a little interference happens when I am switching over microphones, but if you guys can hear me loud, live, and in color, let me know by giving me a old nasty piece of 1 in the live chat. If it's giving you some problems, give me a tip. Or I'm getting 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. All right, hold on. Let me do something real quick, y'all. Let me do something real quick. All right. How does that sound? Give me a 1 now. I just unplugged my mic and plugged her back in. Give me a 1 now, even though it's a little delay in the chat. It's worse. Okay. I wonder what's going on with my microphone. All right, hold on. All right. Give me a how does it sound now? I just switched over to my whatchamacallit. Okay, it's a 1. All right, I'm using that built-in mic. I wonder what's going on with my microphone. I don't know. Maybe it's having one of those days. All right, we're in the building. Let me go ahead and shout out my beautiful baby mother, Kiwana, for the old nasty cash app. Shout out, fearfully, wonderfully made. Also, my baby mother, Universal Tees. My baby mother, Teresa, Drea, Cheryl, Heather, Doe Eyes, Carter, Shauna, Katina, Miss Ray, Miss McGee, Monica, Star, Aquarius. I don't want to say y'all whole thing. Aquarius, my baby mother Courtney, and Tanika for the donations. You guys know that all donation options are in the description box below. They're also scrolling across the bottom of the screen, and my moderators also rotate all links because we're in here working. All right, so I don't want to hold you guys any longer. I want to introduce to you guys a very special guest. He is no stranger at all to this platform, baby. Okay. Let me shout out to my baby mother. I just got another old nasty piece. Cash app. Hold on. Oh, this is my baby father. I ain't seen a child support check for my baby father in a minute. Shout out to my boy LeBron. Thank you so much. I appreciate you for appreciating me. All right. So we got a lot to get into. He is no stranger to the platform, you guys. There is a lot going on, but I'm going to let him tell you guys everything that's popping off, because things getting real low, things getting real low down, and it is a dirty deed. Shame. I want to welcome no other than Von motherfucking Ray. What's going on, Von?
What's up, my boy?
How are
We back
you?
here again.
Look, we are back here for the billionth time. You guys know Von has survived an epic smear campaign that recently came to total vindication, thanks to me and Storm and Roll last year, as it relates to Sledgehammer Head and Unwind with Cardi B's Leftovers. You guys know me and Von have our own history, and we've actually grown to be rather close as a result of a lot of this stuff and just coming to understanding of each other. And you guys know that in the aftermath of Von being shot, almost losing his life, and having an epic comeback by finding his niche on social media, which is his epic podcast, Set the Record Straight, that he also joined forces with no other than social media and Instagram's very own Big Sexy. Von, you and Big Sexy have done some incredible work together. I personally have been enjoying y'all's content, the banter. I think the guests have been really amazing. And it's been also really dope to see, two different worlds, coming together for laughter, for conversation, etc. But things have hit an all-time low, unfortunately. And it's crazy that you're here today, because I've been recently covering the breakdown that occurred with another dynamic trio, which was Funky Dineva, who parted ways from TGIF and has been at war with the network that he left ever since for the past 2 weeks. Unfortunately, it is no surprise on social media that a lot of great collaborations seem to implode, whether that be T.S. Madison and Kaya from the Queen's Court, Dineva and TGIF, now you and Big Sexy. Before we even go any further into this, can you tell the people where they can actually find you at on social media, where they can find your podcast, because you stream all across the board?
I'm just everywhere, man. Set the Record Straight podcast, Set the Record Straight pod. On all platforms, you just type it in, and at Von Ray. Yeah, y'all know what it is.
All right. I want to also shout out to my baby mother, Rana, for the nasty piece. Cash App, thank you, baby. All right. So I think the easiest way to have this conversation, because my God, this is a total shit stew, and there are so many layers of fuckery and foolery that is embedded within this breakdown between you and Big Sexy. So just going all the way back to the beginning, especially for folk who are unfamiliar with you and Big Sexy as co-host, etc. How did you come to know Big Sexy, and how did he come to be a part of Set the Record Straight?
Let's go back. Yeah, everybody knows that I was, had my situations in the past, and I was vlogging, and I just came up with this idea to do a podcast. He was never in mind to do it. He wasn't even on my radar as knowing him as a person yet. As I got into podcasts and we filmed a couple episodes, I had a few guests on. We was already going viral. We had Jazz Anderson, we had LaTruth on, we had a few good guests on that kind of helped pop the podcast off and get into space, you know what I'm saying? And at that moment, I was just hustling, reaching out to people through DM, and he replied, and I had him on the show as a guest, and that's how it all came about. He came on the show as a guest, and after that, it was all she wrote. He wanted to be a part of the show, but he didn't want to be a part of the show, but he wanted to be a part of the show. It was like I don't know what it was going on. I feel like he liked what we was doing, or at least I was doing with the podcast. But I don't really know the ins and outs of why he wanted to be a part of it, but not want to be a part of it at the same time. I don't know if that makes sense.
Well, let me ask you this question then. when you had initially interviewed him and had him on as a guest before he became a co-host, did you also like the synergy and enjoy the episode with him? Like, did you think he would make for a great co-host?
I ain't gonna lie, I liked the episode. At that time, I was just grinding. I was trying to get my shit together. I didn't see him as being no co-host. It never, at first, it ain't crossed my mind. I didn't feel like what I do in my life and what he do in his life is two different things. So I didn't see it aligning. But after a while, it was kind of like, okay, it may be something different. It'd be something different we can do. And we just tried it. That's all it was.
Now, from my recollection, he was communicating at that time after you guys had y'all's initial episode with your manager or your booking agent or etc.
No, I mean, he was communicating with me, I guess, as far as like trying to be on the show.
Yeah.
We were just communicating back and forth, and I feel like also, like I said, I feel now that when you go through shit, you start to kind of get a different perspective of what it really was versus when you was going through it. I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah.
To my recollection, it felt more like a nigga, he attracted to you, he want to be in your space, and the only way he know he could be in your space is by doing this show with you, because he noticed what you trying to get off the ground.
All right.
You know what I'm saying?
Hold on, God damn it. Hold on. Well, wait a minute. Okay, so what made you think that he was initially attracted to you? Is it something that he said?
Of course he said it. I mean, but when gay men say stuff like that to me, I'm a comfortable man.
Okay, so wait a minute. Hold on. I don't want you to go into an explanation before you go into what was said. So what did he say? When was it said? How was it said? What was said to you?
I'm not, the way you sounding, it's not like it's a whole spill out. If somebody say you're attractive, you look good, and they say it more than a couple times, okay, cool. That's just all it was. It wasn't like.
So he was being very complimentary of your looks.
Yeah, of course.
Not of course. Okay, so that means that you also wasn't surprised that he was attracted to you.
I'm not gonna say that. I didn't know what to think.
I mean, you're the one who said, of course.
Nah, I'm just saying.
Attracted to me.
Boy, you messy. But nah, I'm just saying, like, I'm not saying, of course, like I wasn't surprised. I really wasn't concerned with that. You know what I'm saying? I was just more so like, all right. So that's pretty much all it was.
Okay, so he came out of the gate. He expressed attraction to you, but you guys did have a on-air chemistry and vibe that turned into him being a co-host, and then set the record straight, started rocketing off to the point that you guys were also going out of town to promote the podcast. I think you guys had went to South Carolina State University doing.
Boy, you do your research like a motherfucker.
I get paid. I'm a professional. This is what I get paid to do.
I think it was just more so of us trying. We did a little. I guess you could say we was outside trying to go to a few homecomings, promote the podcast while we out there, hang out. You know what I'm saying? Create vibes, and stuff like that. So yeah.
Okay.
Motherfuckers be paying attention more than you think. I swear.
I mean, of course. Look, we friends. I'm gonna follow your career. I mean, I follow you on Instagram. I follow you on social media. So of course I'm supportive. I'm gonna keep up with the ins and outs. I gotta make sure that my focus good. So I'm very protective in a way as a Scorpio. So anytime that my focus outside, yeah, I'm looking. I'm looking through the peephole. I got my ear to the window. I'm making sure that everything is everything. Okay, so you guys are having a good run. Everything is going down. So where did things begin to take a turn? Like when did things get interesting? Because I know that you said that he initially told you that he was attracted to you. Were there any other moments throughout y'all?
I'm not, like I said, when you are going through something, you may overlook it. And I also try to create a space that I'm not as so nigga, don't talk to me like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not creating a space like that. So I'm creating a space of, I'm not like that. I know you like that, but hopefully you respect the boundaries, right? So
Mhm.
stuff that he had may said, I may have not took it to heart and may let it bother me at all. So that's not my whole narrative of thinking anything like that. Yes, do I think his whole motive of coming on the show was to potentially think he can get something out of me that whatever may be. That's just my opinion. Now that I've gone through this, it feels more so like you didn't want to really do the podcast. You only did it because you was attracted to me. You knew you probably couldn't coerce or pay me to do anything, so you tried to be a part of something and be in my space of something that you knew I was trying to get off the ground, and that's just how I feel. So
And see if any of that big old sexy will rub off on you.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? I feel like I'm not gonna put it on, I'm not gonna say that's what gay boys do, because I feel like men, we do that with women to where we try to give them something that they need to
Mhm.
hopefully in the future they see that maybe I would get this nigga or something. That you know how females think. So I feel like that was the same finesse that men use on women. I've done it with women a lot, so you know.
Well, that's honest. That's honest. Okay, so he was trying to find a way in, basically.
Of course.
As you said, like that's what people do when they got their eye on somebody, despite the fact that you had a whole relationship, etc. Nonetheless, still had his eye on you. Interesting. Okay, so then fast forwarding, when did you first begin to feel like things were changing between you and him? What did that look like in its inception?
I'm gonna be real, and I for one, even before I hopped on here conscious, I told you I really ain't want to do this shit. I really hate hopping online and talking about shit. But I feel like at some point when people start going making videos but being subliminal but leaving it up for minds to wonder, I feel like that's when I step in and just lay it all out there. I'm never the nigga, and I've always been this way. Even in the moments in the past where people thought I was lying and I was dead wrong, but the whole time I was telling the truth, it just didn't make sense to everybody at the time.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still just gonna stand on that, and whatever it is at that point, because that's how I sleep comfortably at night, right?
Mm-hmm.
So back to your question, it was more so I felt like the shift changed when motherfuckers be too invested in stuff that ain't got nothing to do with them. Like
Mm-hmm.
me, I had issues with my relationship. We was going through shit, and I'm not even gonna indulge on that because that's just me and her business and whatever. If she ever decided to come out and say what she want to say, then I will respond to those things. But I feel like he intentionally wanted to be in the mix of my relationship, and because he knew he could never have that type of situation with me other than working on my podcast. So I feel like a motherfucker gets off on the fact that he know all my relationship business because my fiance provided him that information. And in return, I also fell victim to providing the information because I'm now having to defend myself, and I want you to know both sides. So I felt like in the moment, oh well, I'm gonna tell you too. So you really know it, not just one side to the story. And I should have never created that type of space. So that's my fault. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? But I feel like stuff got weird then, and when the door came open for that, when I tried to fix it, I stepped to her. I'm like, "Hey, we ain't stop telling this man our business. We not gonna do that no more." And when I also checked him about it, I feel like that's where the shift changed. Like at that point, somebody almost feel
So
like,
what? Hold on. So because I want you to paint the picture because everybody is looking at this from the outside in. So the more kind of colorful you get, the better it'll be for viewers in terms of them understand what you're really talking about. When you say that you checked him about it, what did that look like? Like you text him or called him one
no,
day and.
I'm a grown man. I had a phone conversation. I called him and I was just letting
Mhm,
him know, like, stay out my relationship. I
mm,
don't, whatever she telling you or whatever we talk about, it really ain't got nothing to do with you, bro. And I'm sorry we even did it. I'm apologizing for myself and for her. You know what I'm saying? And just stay out of it. This ain't got nothing to do with you. I don't want to hear your opinions. I'm not in this relationship with my fiance for you to even be in it. And that's just where we went wrong. And I feel like in the moment when people going through stuff, they need somebody to talk to. And I feel like we just chose the wrong person.
Wow. Okay. So you started to notice at some point that, look, this was inappropriate. This man really shouldn't be involved in my personal affairs. This is a professional relationship, etc. You had a conversation with him. What was his reaction in that phone call?
Oh, he was pissed.
He was
Oh,
upset.
what
And what was
motherfucker
his
was?
basis of being upset?
I don't really even understand it. I think he was just more so upset because I guess I didn't. I told him he should stay out my. I don't know. To be honest, it was weird. Like I didn't even talk to him for a couple, maybe a week or so, because I guess he was upset that I said that. But it was more so in my mind. Now that I think about it, I'm like, what is you really upset about? Because I
Right.
don't know.
And that's why I asked you the question, like, what was his basis for being upset at you telling him to
I
stay out of
I
business? That's
don't
not
know.
easy to begin with.
I don't
Okay,
I, I
wow.
don't know. It was weird that his reaction was even being mad like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't
Now, when you
because
say he
that
was mad, like, was he raising his voice? Was he yelling? Was he cursing
oh
at you? Like,
I ain't hell no. I think it was just more so the energy, and he was upset. He was definitely upset about it.
mm,
Um, and it was just I don't know, man. It was just weird. But I still didn't understand why you upset about something that I'm telling you. I'm also taking accountability in a moment. Like, yeah, we shouldn't have involved you in our shit, and I'm
of
sorry
course.
we did that. But at the same time, that's dead. We don't need to involve you in our shit no more. And
Right.
he didn't like it.
Okay, so this was kind of the first little nick
Hmm.
at the vibe. Okay, so now you have that conversation that creates an interesting tension. Y'all don't speak maybe for a week as a result of him kind of being in his feelings about you telling him that you prefer him to be out of your personal life, etc. So then, do y'all get back on track after that eventually? Like, does everything kind of come fine again?
Yeah, because I think at the moment I let it air out, and I didn't feel no type of way. I felt like I said what I needed to say. When I reached out, because I know we had some shit coming up we needed to get done for the podcast. He was still feeling some type of way, and I was just like, my nigga, you whatever how you taking it, you taking it wrong. This ain't got shit to do with you, like literally. But we got it back together. We started working again, and yeah,
And
we
how
I
was the
think.
energy? Like, did it feel like he was faking it with you? Like, did it feel a little tense, or did it actually feel like it was genuinely back to normal once
No,
y'all got past it?
I felt like at that moment it was more so just it didn't feel the same. It was more so now I felt
Mhm.
like it was even when we were film, I feel like little personal jabs would be taken, or he would still try to sidely get my girl to tell him something if he reached out to her. Like it was still like oh, he don't want me in it, so now I'm gonna just try to go behind his back and then tell her not to tell him what she telling. It's just weird shit. But I kind of tried to ignore it and just let it
And
ride,
persevere
because at the
through.
end of the day I got a podcast to run.
Okay, and Kayla and Layla says there shouldn't be a reason to take offense if someone is asking you to stay out of their relationship and apologizing for even involving you. So, okay, so that happens. What is the next breakdown in the collaboration? What next happens that makes you feel like, okay, something is really going on here?
um so fast forward, I would in between this time, like I said, timeline, it doesn't I don't really have a set. It's so much shit done happened, but fast forward, I was already voicing to myself. I'll be laying in bed and just talking to my girl at the time, and just was like, I ain't really feeling this shit. I just feel like I don't know if this is what I should be doing. This is not what I started my podcast for, but I love what we doing. We doing good.
Yeah.
But it also felt weird because I seen shit on the other side that's not really aligning with what you doing on the show. I feel like my whole life has been an open fucking book for the world for the last 3 years. From when I had my ex girlfriend, we put our whole life online. Even after
Shout
that,
out to Sledgehammer Hit.
from I'm even before that. I'm not even talking about that one.
Oh, yeah, shout out to her too.
So I feel like everything has been an open book. So for me to get online and do anything other than what I believe, even if it's misogynistic, even if it's people don't agree. It's a lot of people that do agree because it's men that live the same type of life as me. I felt like I had to be my genuine self. So when I seen shit not aligning right, it made me feel weird, and I may have not voiced it to him, and I may have pacified a lot of shit and not really told you how I felt about it, but just listening was like, okay, all right, cool, do that. Don't mean I ain't feel no type of way. So fast forward, I don't know how this car shit came about. I don't know, was it the boyfriend, his sister boyfriend idea, or was it his fucking idea? I don't know.
Okay, so wait a minute, because you okay, hold on. Okay, so let's slow down real quick right here. Okay, so what Von Ray is now talking about is, for those of you who are familiar with Big Sexy does quite a few giveaways throughout the year over on his Instagram page, whether that is having you guys sign up for things and go and follow his blood sister, who also apparently specializes in repairing credit, or he does giveaways. And in this case, there was a particular car giveaway that he promoted on his platform that got really scandalous. And Vaughn, you're going to lay that out. So Big Sexy has this car giveaway, and I believe he even mentioned at some point the podcast. He aligned the podcast with these giveaways at times. Correct?
Yeah, that's correct. So when he posted the video, I think he even had the podcast merch on, because I just had put out the merch for the podcast, t-shirts, whatever. And he was like, I've been working so hard on the podcast. I'm going to use my podcast check to buy this car and give it away. And I'm going to be totally honest. I want to say he told me he was going to do something like this, but I didn't really know the means of what was really going on until I saw the video go up type shit. You get what I'm saying? Like, you know how somebody will say, yeah, I got to do something for some car shit. And you just like, okay, hit me back later. But then when you actually see, you like, hold up. So I call him like, you really giving the car away? No, he's not. He wasn't really doing it. And then I'm not gonna lie, in the moment I really didn't know how to take it or what to view of it.
Okay, so wait a minute. I want you to multi over this. He told you that despite publicly going forward under the guise that he was giving away a free car, free title, no down payment to a unsuspecting single struggling Black mother in the audience, that in fact was not actually what was going on.
No, for one, I'm gonna be honest. Yes, the podcast is doing extremely well. We done had a lot of good moments. We done made some money. But for you to say you're using money from the podcast that you got initially from the podcast, just came out of his mouth, to buy a car and give it away, hell no. That don't even make no sense. It's one thing to say you bought a car for yourself, cool. But to say you can afford to buy a car and give it away, we ain't made that much money on the podcast. And I'm gonna be honest, you can look at that on just viewership and what we do good. But for you to literally say you're gonna buy somebody a car and give it away, you had to be doing 500,000 views every episode to even like really be able to comfortably do that. You get what I'm saying?
Wow.
Like,
so this is where the issue is that he was saying that his work with you is what funded this giveaway, which was actually not true, because not only did he not get that money to do that with, the giveaway itself was not even a real giveaway, which I want the audience, Vaughn, if you don't mind, to actually listen to that giveaway video for themselves, which I have queued up here.
And I wanted to be a blessing with my first big podcast check, because I've been grinding so hard. And I wanted to be a blessing to a college student, a single mother, a single father, a single uncle, somebody who was doing it on their own. And I was like, damn, I need to team up with somebody where I could get a cash car that's in my budget. And literally found this amazing car and pay for it in cash, even though I did team up with Offshore Motors. I ain't pay for that shit on my own. But we teamed up together and we are giving this car away, cash, and we going live to pick the winner so you can see in real time. We're not playing no games at all. All you literally have to do is tag your mama, your sister, your brother, or your uncle, and make sure you follow both pages that will be tagged in this post below. And then make sure they comment done. That's it. Follow the directions. I'm so excited to be able to do this, because I was like, damn, nobody got cash cars. And then my sister referred me to Offshore Motors, and I was like, okay, perfect. Got with them, and they got me the perfect car to give away in my budget. So Offshore Motors, what's the deal?
Look, this is Alan the dealer, Offshore Motors. We just blessed to be a part. We just wanted to bless somebody in the community. We know times is hard. We got your back. Professional, smooth, reliable. This is a Honda 2021.
Yeah, and a lot of people ain't doing that though. A lot of people not doing that, and that's so amazing. Literally, and I was telling him, so many people want to buy a car in cash. Everybody can't do that, and everybody don't have the right person to go to make sure that they're professional. A lot of people do have the money, and they're like, let me go ahead and get a car out of cash. I don't want to have to pay a car note every month. And I said, you know what? I want to be able to give somebody a car so that they don't have to pay every single month. And everybody was like, Offshore Motors is the deal. So I said, dial Offshore Motors. And now we done linked up. Listen, y'all.
Okay, so this thing becomes even more flavorful, Vaughn, as we can see here. He claimed he was referenced by his sister to this gentleman here who owns a local automotive dealership, etc. Do you want to tell the folk who in fact that gentleman actually is?
Well, I'm gonna be real with y'all, man. This dude is her boyfriend. Now,
Wow. God, hold on, wait a minute, God damn it. Wait a minute. Hold. Say that back one more time. This guy that you're saying that he's acting is a random reference referred to him by his sister, who also does credit repair, is actually indeed her boyfriend.
Yeah, that shit crazy.
Wow. Continue on.
But like I said, I just felt like the shit was weird. It was corny. Even the phone. Like, I got a text message from the sister boyfriend today, and
hold on, no, because you're going way too far down the line. We ain't even. You got to slow walk through this here, because
no,
there's a lot.
I'm gonna explain just what you gonna get it, but let me get off what I'm trying to tell you. It's just like the text message I got today was just more so like, you not denying what I'm trying to say to these people because it's a scam. You just more so saying I'm wrong for telling the truth, which is crazy to me. And
we're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to all that.
But I just more so feel like it's not about, for me, it's not that I'm trying to do anything malicious. It's just feel at some point.
Hold on, because you're gonna lose. You're losing continuity. Because I want to make sure that all grounds are covered here. So let's just stick here real quick, because this giveaway alone really unfolded publicly, because he inserted Big Sexy, that is at this time, who's your co-host, inserted the brand's name, Set the Record Straight podcast, into the equation, with this being a fraudulent alleged giveaway. Now, what's interesting about y'all, what Big Sexy said here is, remember his words. We're trying to do something for single parents, whether you are a single mother, a single parent, etc. You guys know that Big Sexy really attempts to go up for Black women, etc. His demographic is Black women, etc. And he's visibly, on the forefront at least, always caping for Black women. So he positions this fake giveaway to desperate, struggling Black mothers who are looking for a break. Of course, they're looking for a breakthrough. And this is not even real to begin with. The guy who is in this video with Big Sexy is not some random dealership that decided to partner with Big Sexy, allegedly, but this is actually his sister's boyfriend. I want to show you guys his sister, because Big Sexy has also promoted the hell out of her business as well, and we'll get into a little bit of that as well. But this is him and his sister here, his blood sister, apparently, Brittany Harrison, who also runs RR Finances on Instagram as well, which is once again a credit repair report business, etc. Right? Well, this is her boyfriend in the video. Okay. Now, you also heard what Big Sexy said. I'm going to do a live stream. We're going to pick a winner. And he made the qualifications single struggling parents, whether that's a black woman or a black man, father and mother, etc. Now, Big Sexy turned around out of nowhere and then picked a winner. I want to show you guys that video, okay? Because all of it is interconnected, girl. We're just showing you how interesting the Weaponizing and the House of Cards actually is. All right? This is a few weeks later, they pick an alleged winner. Take a look and listen here.
Look, we put our clients first. Clients come first. We got a blessing. Check it out.
Okay, so you guys see the caption here is out of the 17,000 comments and over 6,000 emails, me and Upshore Motors decided to go with this beauty queen, Chocolate Bosom, who is this woman here. Von Ray.
Mm-hmm.
Not only is the locomotive or the auto dealership owned by his sister's boyfriend, the alleged winner of this free giveaway is also who, Vaughn?
That's the sister friend.
Hold on, Vaughn. What? Shut it down. What happened? The alleged random selected winner, Miss Chocolate Blossom 2, is the homegirl of his sister, whose boyfriend is sponsoring the fake free car giveaway, pandering to struggling single black moms. And guess what? I went and did a little deep dive, and there was not a single picture or video of this woman with her brand new car beyond the initial free giveaway car gate video. Not a single upload since she won her alleged free car giveaway. Was a total catfish. There's not a video of her riding around in it. You don't see her making a trillion posts. You would think that a struggling black, or just a person who is a free car, would have this thing plastered all over Facebook, all over MySpace, all over Snapchat, all over everything. Like, my God, today. No, ma'am. There's not a single video or picture of this woman with this car after that video that is posted to Big Sexy and the dealership owner's page. There's not a single lick of anything. Now, might I add, this is when the public started to put two and two together. So I'm going to show you guys in real time fans who were calling Big Sexy out for free car gate. All right. Here it is. You can see here from Miss, I ain't even going to pronounce her name here, or I ain't going to fuck it up, says congrats. But I thought that he was going to give it to a single mom or something. Somebody else said, nice. You should have said it was a local giveaway. Because remember, he was supposed to go live and pick a winner. The live stream never happened either. And he never said this was a local giveaway. He required everybody to tag everybody and their mama under the sun to follow him and to follow the owner of this dealership. Okay? Somebody else said, I'm not going to lie, I might just unfollow you for this. The initial post gave something completely different. Congrats to her, though. Someone else said, Wow. So I should have let all of my clients come in as well. I didn't know we needed to get our community to help us win. That was another detail that was conveniently left out of the qualifications for said giveaway. Remember, the only thing that had to qualify you was you being a single black parent, male or female. There were no other rules, and that he was going to go live and pick a winner. Someone else said, I can't be angry with no one's blessing, but I wouldn't have even bothered commenting if it's a local thing. Granted, I only live 30 minutes outside of ATL, but it is what it is. Okay? It gets even more interesting here. Let me see here. Because there's another. Oh, here it is. Baby, this woman unloaded under Big Sexy's comment. Congrats to her. But really, Big Sexy, this lady is already on her feet, running her own business and making it out here. You said you wanted to help someone, so you really should have helped someone who really needed the help. I mean, really needed this. Someone with children at the bottom doing it alone and don't have much to their name, but still striving and trying to do their best for themselves and their children. This experience would have been much better served. And before y'all start going in on me for saying what I said, let me just say I am not hating. I have my own everything, house, car, etc. And I have the biggest heart known to man. I would give the shirt off my back to someone I see needed it. And yes, I did comment and enter the contest, but not with the intention for myself. If I won, the car would have been given to one of the two people I tagged that I know is struggling and in need. But if you're going to help and bless someone, really help and bless someone. I don't mean someone who's currently already blessed and has a community behind them. I mean the homeless, the hungry, the ones that are on the brink of giving up and throwing in the towel and just need that one person to come along and be a blessing for their whole world to change for the better. That type of someone. I said what I said, but no offense to anyone. I'm just that type of person. Congrats to her once again. People were upset. And I'm talking about the comments go on and on and on, Vaughn, from people putting two and two together, people saying, how is it that you picked someone who is already from the community, someone who's a single person, not a single mother, they're not struggling, they have their own business, they have community backing, etc. People are calling him out for twisting up the rules, for picking someone outside of the qualifications. And then to make matters worse, what a lot of these people who can see that something is not right don't even know is that the giveaway from the very jump was not even about giving away a goddamn thing. This was about getting everybody's followers up under the guise of a scam, and everybody in this situation, from his sister to the owner of the dealership to the random person that was picked out of 17,000 people, is also a friend to the squad. Now, going back to you. So you see this happening. You see that he then aligns your brand with this situation. What happens after that? Was there a conversation, a confrontation about that?
I'm gonna be honest. I didn't say anything. I didn't voice it as it was a problem. When I talked to him, I remember him like, "Oh yeah," and I said the podcast. That's gonna make your podcast look good. So I didn't say anything, but in my mind, I was just not trying to put something on my plate to deal with. We already was on rocky water because we just had a situation. And I just didn't want to make another situation because I'm really trying to work at this podcast. And I've already committed to working with him. It wasn't about how many followers he got. I don't give a damn about views. Conscious, you see me in this shit when I was at my highest and when I've been at my lowest and all of that shit. I don't care about views. I do it because I actually like doing it and being a content creator, whether if only 10 people see it. That's never what I've been in it for. and I didn't voice it how I should have at the moment. But as I didn't see as many comments as you showed until right now.
And that was
But
only a handful. They
yeah,
everywhere. They, the dealerships page and all.
yeah, I didn't invest myself into looking at all the comments,
Mhm.
but I had people reaching out to me. Like when he first did the initial video, of course, when you say the podcast, if they can't get to you, they gonna come to me because they see we align with each other at this point. So I got people in my DM, please tell him to pick me. I got my single mom, I don't have a car, I don't got this. People messaging me. And it didn't sit well with me. Cause now when I'm knowing it's fake, I'm like, damn, this fucked up. But you gotta understand, I'm a guy that's been a father. I done struggled in life. I done knew what it take to go through that. He may not understand that side because he don't got kids. He don't understand what it is to be a single father or mother, to really, when you hear somebody say that you follow, that you think they doing a good thing, how much it really would mean to somebody for them to get that type of help and assistance. So yeah, that's just all.
So he aligns the company with this giveaway that he told you was not even real. There's a conversation at some point about that.
Of course, it was definitely a conversation. He told me it wasn't real. I mean, that's
And
a definite fact.
once you got wind that he had also aligned your brand with that, there was a conversation as well.
Yeah, and that was the conversation that he was saying. It was only gonna make me look good, which I just kind of threw it in the back. It ain't that big of a deal, okay, at the moment type shit, because I just really didn't want to deal with it.
So then after that, things continue to get sticky. He wasn't showing up as he should for work, etc. If I'm not mistaken.
No, I ain't gonna say not showing up. I feel like back to what I said, when a motherfucker come on the show and they don't really want to do it, they doing it for other reasons. Whatever he figured in his head, he can conjure up and maybe try to make shit happen. That goes back into, you become difficult to work with. You saying shit out of way, throwing personal jabs. I'm trying to navigate us to do certain things, and you trying to be difficult and not do that or whatever. It just became difficult. Every conversation became combative. It was never, now we on agreements like we once was. And I feel like that frustration came from him being too much in my relationship business, and him also
And him
being
not getting
attracted to
that
me.
dick. And him not getting that dick like he wanted.
Come on, bro. Come on. Why you
Him
gotta
not
talk
getting
like
that
that?
rock hard, light skinned cock like he wanted.
Oh my God. I wasn't trying to say all that, but
I mean,
yeah.
you already had said it in the beginning of the conversation. Yeah, you know that you thought that a part of his motive was because he was attracted. He clearly, thought that working with you was an opportunity for you to soften up, for him to, lick on the lollipop and drink from the water fountain of Von Ray.
Hold on,
And
Conscious. Let me ask you this though, because you finna
Mhm.
say some off the wall shit. What
I'm
is
just
it?
articulating it
Because
for everybody.
I know, but listen to me.
Mhm.
Because in my mind, I really had a genuine open mind to say, I'm gonna create a friendship with a gay dude. I'm not gonna judge you. Hopefully, you don't judge me for the things I go through as a straight man, and even if I have relationship issues with my girl. What is it about gay men with the delusion of wanting to be with straight dudes? And I know it's some DL dudes out there that do finagle and let them do that, but what is it? Why do they? I don't get it. You get what I'm saying? What is it? Why? Why can't we just be friends and it be that, and it not be the other shit that's going on in the back of your mind?
What you are asking, Von Ray, does require you to come back, because that's a whole segue by itself. But briefly, I will say that, if we had the answer to that question, that would really solve, human nature altogether, right? Because we know that, as you also said earlier, that this is a human nature thing. Women will get close to the girlfriend in order to get to the man, to get to her boyfriend. We know that people, You know, we know that men also historically, you know, they do what they have to do to try to bag a girl. You know, they don't take no easy. They don't take rejection easy. And I will say to your question that gay men and straight men are not different in terms of their ego. So just because a gay man is a gay man doesn't mean he doesn't have an ego. So his ego can be just as bruised when he's rejected, just like, you know, the ego of a straight man. And when people feel rejected or they realize, you know what, I'm not going to get what the fuck I want out of this. Yeah, people will begin to let their true colors come out because they had ulterior motive from the beginning. And it takes maturity, basically, you know, it takes, first of all, being an integral person and being sincere. Like, first and foremost, this is an integrity issue. You should not work with somebody professionally who you have an ulterior motive toward. If you genuinely believe in the opportunity and you believe in aligning professionally, that's one thing. But to do those things when the truth is you're only doing what you have to do to end up in bed with someone, that is a character flaw. And that seems to be the flaw that was apparent here, you know, and that's not really a fault of your own. Big Sexy.
But does your community understand that's why straight men don't like to be friends or don't want to do anything?
So now we get
being a
into
friend?
more of a new. So now we
I'm
get more
saying-
into a new. Well, now we get more into a nuanced issue as well. One of the issues with sexuality, right, is that nobody has a label, you know, on their forehead, identifying who's straight, who's pansexual, who's gay, who's bi. So nobody knows. And then we have a lot of people carrying labels that aren't true to their actual nature. So you got a lot of people who are wearing the straight label who actually, like you said, do get down with the get down, who are about that business. However, for gay men, it's not so much as the men being straight that attracts them. Gay men, there are gay men who are attracted to masculinity. A lot of times masculinity is something that heterosexual men have in abundance, but it's not really about them being straight. It's more so about the masculinity that they possess. Gay men will pursue, especially gay men who are attracted to masculinity. They don't give a damn if the man is gay and masculine or straight and masculine. It's the masculinity that's attracting them. However, if a person tells you no, you should go on about your fucking business. You know, it doesn't matter.
I feel like I don't mean to cut you off, but I feel like it takes a lot, and I mean extremely lot. I've been called gay before on social media. That shit don't bother me. But it takes a lot for a man that knows he's not gay and doesn't live in life in that way. It takes a lot for you to be like, okay, yeah, I'll do this podcast with you, knowing that you're going to get some people that think I'm gay just for sitting on this podcast with you and not care. It takes a lot for somebody to do that. So it's kind of like, it gets weird. Like, it's just for you not to have that respect and that boundary and to understand, like, nobody's ever treated you like this before. No straight man has been a friend to you like this before. Why not respect that?
Because people are narcissistic in nature and they are selfish and they don't have the self-discipline to respect boundaries, you know, because once again, I don't want to make this a community thing because we're talking about what men do in general and really what people do in general. There's a lot of women right now who have to deal with this every day in straight men's world. So this is just people just not being where they need to be. Yvonne, he done got disconnected, girl, but this is really a whole show. So we about to put a cap on this conversation. He and I can come back and have this talk, you know, and get into this. We don't want to derail it because we here, for those of you who are just coming in, Big Sexy, who collaborated with Von Ray on his podcast, Set the Record Straight. There's been a massive breakdown in the professional relationship, and there is a lot of mess that Big Sexy is conjuring up, both publicly and behind the scenes, attempting to sabotage Von Ray's professional reputation as well as his personal reputation. So Von is sitting here being true to his brand by setting the record actually straight, since niggas can't seem to actually leave him alone. But I would love to have you back, Yvonne. I feel like this is kind of not the right commentary or situation for us to go into all of that with. But I just want to get back to you and
No,
Big
I
Sec.
understand. I know it was just a question I had. My bad.
Yeah,
I
we
ain't
can
mean
have
to
you
get
back,
us off
like, you know,
track.
I live for
I
all of
ain't
those
mean
type
to
of
get off track. I ain't
I
mean to
live
get
for
off
all of
track.
that.
My bad.
I live for all that type of talk, but you know, we here setting the record straight. So
Yeah, my bad.
so then there is this breakdown over these fake giveaways, and you've communicated to him, hey, you need to keep the podcast away from that. Whatever all that is that y'all got going on over there, leave me the fuck up out of it. I don't want nothing to do with it. Don't connect it to Set the Record Straight podcast. I ain't in on none of that. I don't know about none of that. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Like, do y'all, if y'all gonna do y'all, believe me the fuck alone. I got enough shit that I done had to straighten up when it comes to my reputation. I don't need you adding insult to injury. So all of that happens. Then there were a conversation where he wanted to bring his sister and her boyfriend onto the podcast. Tell me about that.
I guess because I don't think they live here, so they came back in town. I had already had on schedule 2 other guests, so I ran it by him. I was like, hey man, this weekend we got such and such and such and such. He was like, oh no, I ain't got time to do those because my sister coming in town and her boyfriend, and I want to get them on. And I was just like, well, we can probably do all 3, but I'm not going to cancel people because at that point, people was coming from out of town. It was just like it would be too crazy of me to cancel on them. You get what I'm saying? Because they wasn't like it was local, you know. So when it came up to the date, again, I'm still not voicing that I really didn't want her on. Because already previously she was supposed to come on and she had canceled. So maybe I was just like, hopefully she canceled again, so we ain't even gotta do that shit. Right. So when the day came about, you know, we were supposed to do it, and I was just like, bro, I don't want to do that shit, man. And I ain't gonna lie, I wasn't clear about why I didn't want to do it. I just let him know I wasn't fucking with it. And to him, him taking it as, oh, he don't want to do nothing with my sister, so he feel like I'm being disrespectful to his sister. So he just walked away from the podcast and said, fuck it. Me, I'm like, okay, cool. I'm okay with that. I'm not tripping.
Now, did he actually say at that point that he was officially quitting, that this was
Oh
officially
yeah.
over? Or
He
okay,
said it. He officially said it because he's thinking I'm dismissing his sister as if, oh, I'm pretty sure he's taking it as, oh, she ain't no celebrity, she ain't nobody. Why we having her on the show? I wasn't taking it like that. I just genuinely didn't want to involve. Because how it looked for you to just done some car shit and then bring them on a podcast, introduce her as your sister and the boyfriend, like people ain't gonna lie on all this shit. The
right.
internet ain't stupid. The internet is not
They done
stupid at
seen
all.
him and they done seen her. So it's just like,
Exactly.
hold on, what? Yeah. If I was a part
But
of that giveaway, that them coming onto the podcast would have exposed the whole shit that they were doing over there. For sure. And you was
I just
already
was like,
the distance, like, no,
I
don't
wasn't
connect that
fucking
to
with it.
this.
Yeah.
Okay,
But like
so
I
then
said, I wasn't, I'm gonna be honest though, I wasn't clear of why. But again, I
you
voiced it
just
to
told them
my
no.
girl.
No, I don't. Yeah.
I voiced it to my girl, and I'm pretty sure she went and told him. Whether she told him after or whatever, but that's just what it was going on.
So now you have rejected his sister and her boyfriend, who they allegedly put this fake card giveaway situation together that the public still doesn't know a lot about, even though they know that something isn't right just based upon the way it all went down. But they don't even know that the owner of the dealership and the sister are actually romantically tied, and they don't even know that the woman who won the giveaway is the friend of his sister. So now you have that conversation. He takes it as, oh, so you shading my sister, or you ain't fucking with her, I ain't fucking with you. He walks away. What then happens after this? Because I know a series of Instagram videos were made on his part.
So yeah, after that, I ain't say shit. I was actually, cause I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I just be sick and tired of bullshit. So I just went silent. I ain't say nothing. I recorded. Well, at this time, I ain't even recorded episode. He had already went and started making videos. I know everybody asking me, "Am I still on the podcast?" I feel like nobody asked you, cause at this time, I ain't even put no content out without you. I feel like he.
Your audio had went out of on. I done told you about them partial payments.
Huh?
Can you hear me? Okay. Your audio had went out. Continue on.
My bad. I said, but at this time I didn't even put no content out without him on it. So I guess him just jumping the gun and saying, I know everybody asking me when he know nobody was asking him because this wasn't even public, like you wasn't on the show. And he just went on his little rants and I'm gonna make a public statement telling why I didn't want to be on the show no more. That yeah, he did his thing. He even did another person's podcast talking about why he left and this, that, and the third. Was cool. I still was silent. I didn't say
And what
anything.
did he say? Like, what was his narrative about why he walked away from the
His
podcast?
narrative was that he felt like he gave more that I wasn't in return reciprocating the same energy. And I feel like regardless if you do something for somebody, at the end of the day, if somebody feel like it's wrong, you can't gauge what you do for somebody and expect them to do wrong with you for them to give you back the same loyalty. That's not how that shit works. And I'm sorry. If you do something for somebody, you do it because you want to do it, and that's how I am. I didn't force you to do this shit at all. But in return, if you want me to do something for you that I just ain't fucking comfortable with, because I know deep down in my heart, I don't not with this scamming shit, I shouldn't be held to that type of loyalty because that's crazy.
Absolutely. Returning the favor or reciprocating shouldn't involve you compromising your values and your boundaries and your damn liberty and freedom and reputation at that. No, I am allowed to reciprocate what's fair, what's sensible, but no, that's not reciprocating me joining you in some fuck shit. That's not reciprocation. And to ask me to do that is immature and foul on the other party's part.
Yeah, and I just wasn't fucking with that shit. And like I said, he made his videos. I stayed quiet. I even went home to my family for Christmas. My family's a big they watch everything I do. So they asked me what was going on because they saw his videos. And I told them what happened, and they made me understand that I wasn't stupid or wrong for doing what I did. And later on, had a conversation. What led up to me now making my video late. I had a conversation with somebody that's his friend, and they confirmed to me that I wasn't wrong, that he should stop doing all this scamming shit he does, and that I'm not wrong for feeling how I felt. And if he wanted to walk away, it was really a blessing to me. You know what I'm saying? And maybe I should have never aligned myself with somebody that expects that type of weird shit from you.
Well, you
You know what I'm
didn't know
saying?
that at the time that he would proposition you that way. Like you didn't even know that in the beginning. All that
Yeah, but
wasn't.
I don't even feel like it was a proposition. I just feel like you expecting that type of loyalty from somebody for me to be along with your bullshit is crazy.
And
You know
what
what
I'm
I'm saying?
saying is that it was no way for you to know that in the beginning. You didn't know that until the situation manifested.
Yeah.
So it was no way for you to reverse the past based upon information that you didn't get till later on in the experience. Now, all of this happens. You also, on top of the videos that were done where he's making videos, he's kind of throwing shade, saying, hey, I'm not over there. Me and Von Ray got different belief systems. You damn right y'all do. You got different attitudes. You damn right you do, etc. On top of this, you are now also running into people who are also telling you that he's told them not to do your podcast, but to do his, which is coming soon.
Yeah, and then like I said, I had somebody that we was in communications about them coming on. That was before he left. So I reached back out because I'm like, this a new year. I'm getting all my shit in order. I'm like, yo, didn't we say we was gonna do something when you coming? just conversation. She was like, oh yeah, I just decided not to do it. He told me not to do the podcast. Then she runs down to me or why he said this and I'm such a horrible person for this, and then I was like, hold up, girl. Let me tell you what really happened. And I ran it down to her and she was like, well, damn, that make a lot more sense than what the fuck he told me. So it was just crazy. And that's what pushed me to get people to understand, because me being in my bubble and minding my goddamn business and not responding to his videos right away whenever he made them, it put me in a way of not knowing what the fuck is being spread, whether it's on the streets or on social media. You get what I'm saying? And even if my girl knew, she sure didn't come to me and tell me what he was saying. And that may fall in line with all the messy shit they had going on, the way she felt more to be more loyal to him than me at the time. I don't fucking know. But that's just what pushed me to make my response and let people know, hey, I'm not scared of nobody. I don't care if you got 1 million followers on Instagram. I'm going to stand on my truth. I'm going to tell what's true. I did nothing wrong to you, regardless if you felt like you was there for me in a time of need and I didn't reciprocate that energy to you. You cannot hold me to. That's like, Conscious, I do something for you, and your time of need, whether it's helping you do anything, put a couch upstairs in your house, right? But I say, hey, Conscious, I need you to go do something to this person because I don't like them. And you like, Vaughn, I'm not about that. I'm not gonna go hurt nobody. And then I'm mad at you because you don't want to go do it. What the fuck?
Yeah, because now that I think about it, you are backed up on some reciprocity. You do owe me a few favors, but I could never imagine myself asking you to fuck me in my ass as a part of that reciprocity.
Oh my God, Conscious.
That would be quite outrageous.
That's a little OD, man.
Maybe like you said, come lift the couch. Come use those big light skin muscles to move some shit around, some foreign furniture I just got imported from Egypt around, or asking you to come on the show, or whatever the case may be. Something, once again, reasonable, not something that is not appropriate, or something that someone is not interested in giving because that's not what they have to give, which is what the situation with Big Sexy was coming down to. Now, on top of you finding out, not only is he doing videos, throwing shots, throwing shade, etc., kind of trying to make you look a little raggedy, but now you're finding out that people who were supposed to do the podcast are actually not doing the podcast because of things that he's saying to them. So he's also sabotaging your work. But then shit hit an all-time low today because he tried to weaponize a transgender woman against you. You want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, so it's diabolical at this point. So boom, I get a DM by a young lady. Well, I'm gonna be very and I'm gonna say a young lady because the way the person operated shows ladylike behavior. I may not agree with everything in the gay community that y'all do. I may not agree with a lot of transgender decisions and how y'all place y'all laws and beliefs, right? But what this person showed me today was very ladylike. I guess he came to her and was like, Vaughn said y'all slept together and he did something with a transgender woman. I said, so when I guess when they had that conversation, the first thing she did was DM me and was like, hey, someone told me that you said we know each other. I DM back, I said, huh? Then she said, someone said, she was like, yeah, somebody said we slept. You said that we slept together. I'm like, why the hell would I say that? So I just sent her my number. I said, call me. She called me. She's like, yeah, I don't remember you. I don't know you. I never met you before. I was like, ma'am, I don't know who you are. I never met you before either. I said, I'm pretty sure you don't know the bullshit that's going on, but I appreciate you for reaching out to me and letting me know what's going on and putting it together the way it's supposed to be, because the shit that they trying to do is just crazy. So, like I said, the only reason I would say I appreciate that lady, because that's ladylike. You reached out to me. You asked me what's going on. We had a conversation. I even apologized for her even being involved in whatever he was trying to make out. You know what I'm saying? So I just said I appreciate it.
Wow. So this nigga utilized a trans woman that he has proximity to in a attempt to further smear your reputation. That's some wild shit. That's some wild shit. The nigga weaponized the community against you and inserted a trans woman who has nothing to do with this. She just as confused as you is. Like, huh? What?
Yeah,
What the fuck
bro,
going on?
crazy.
Are you shocked, Vaughn, at how
I'm not.
hold on. I
Oh,
don't want to. Are you shocked at how vindictive and malicious this is? This is different from somebody just talking a little bit of shit. Hey, I don't fuck with that nigga, fuck him. But somebody committing to this level, sabotaging your business, trying to stop people from sitting down with you, inserting themselves still to this day in your personal affairs, your relationship, and trying to create a false narrative that you are on the down low, that you're gay, that you're bisexual, etc. I mean, this is an attempt at a smear campaign. You are in active war right now. Do you know that?
like I said, bro, I'm just be real. It's just I'm not surprised. I done been through some of the worst shit people done said, and thankful to you and some of my other good friends in this sector. Y'all helped me to clear my name plenty of times, and I'm not even here to clear my name. I'm just here to be honest.
You here to unload his clip because
Yeah. Whatever you trying to make out to be and align and say, I'm not surprised. What I'm surprised about, to make my point, is that this trans woman, didn't go along with the bullshit. Because I believe if it was any other trans woman, oh, I just say he did it just to help you out, Big Sexy. You know I fuck with you. They would have did that just to whatever, to try to make something and spin the narrative about some Vaughn and some trans woman versus nigga you scamming. We missing the whole point here. You know what I'm saying? So it was just like, man, get out of here.
because being trans attracted is not a crime, but scamming your followers is a ethical and moral and possibly civil violation. That's fucked up. Now, I believe in you sitting down today, it was important because you have someone who, you know, has been threatening you, and you had to get up here and say, look, yeah, me and my girl have had issues. We've had issues like any other damn couple, etc. You're not holding that over my head. And now him trying to attempt to weaponize a random trans woman against you, etc. You saw how far this shit was going and how committed this nigga is to spinning the block. So you had to come up here and let it be known, hey, this is why this nigga is pressed and disgruntled. And it's really odd that this man is upset at you because you were chin checking him about things that anybody would have been chin checking him about. Like, yeah, don't align my business and my brand with some fraudulent, crazy shit that you doing on the side. And you mad at me because I'm not with the shits, and you mad at me because I don't want to sit down with your sister and her boyfriend when y'all done represented these two people on your platform as people who have no association. And you are already being called the fuck out in your own comment sections out loud. Are you damn dumb? And that's after I already had told you I didn't want shit to do with none of that. And now it's seeming very clear to you that the only reason why you even did the podcast to begin with is because you thought it was a way to get next to the dick. And then once you realized that your big was not sexy to me, that it was never going to be a thing, you started to act stupid and get raggedy. And now you fucking with me on the front end and the back end. Yeah, you had to do this. And now hopefully folk know, especially any potential clients that you're going to have going forward, they know now what the tea is. They know now not to take his bullshit at face value. and that you can still move forward in your podcast successfully, despite this person being backhanded behind the scenes, trying to keep people from fucking with you because he's another one who's allegedly trying to burn the house down on the way out over shit he was wrong about. I mean, how do you feel about all this just on an emotional level? Because, you know, you worked with this person, you did share with this person, you know, this person was brought into your life. Y'all had a lot of great moments together. Y'all traveled together. Does this hurt on any level?
I'm gonna be honest with you, Conscious. No, I'm gonna be honest. I really don't give a fuck. And I think the moment I stopped giving a fuck was when I realized you ain't gonna make nobody happy. I'm gonna be honest. It's like you can't make everybody happy, and everything I ever been through, it's just some shit ain't meant to be long term. I don't sit here and hold people to regard in the standards that I may live by because I know I'm not a perfect person, and I may be wrong in times. But at this point, I know I ain't wrong. And even if it was just a scale of you being mad because I didn't want to have your sister on, that's not good enough to walk away from something that we built to be what it is. You get what I'm saying? Like, would you literally walk away from a podcast if somebody just said, "I don't want to have your sister on"?
No, I wouldn't. Look,
It wouldn't make sense.
No, yeah, it don't.
So it's like
I've never burnt any house down that I was in on the way out. I have just
because
left.
it don't make sense. So after you analyze it, it's like, nigga, you ain't mad about no sister shit. You mad because now you really seeing I'm not gonna conform to whatever you trying to figure out for me. It's not gonna be that. So that's what I felt like it stemmed from, and it took me to that to really understand. But hey, and then the threats and all of that came after it don't hurt me. It's just more so like, man, I'm gonna just speak on this shit, get it over with. I ain't finna let nobody spin no narrative or say nothing about no trans woman. I ain't finna make you seem like I did you no type of way because you felt like you was helping the podcast. For one, you was benefiting from it as well. You had viral clips as well. I helped push you in your business as well. And it was a give and take. I don't feel like he made me and I made him. It was a give and take situation. So
absolutely. Now you can give some better context to look. I was a part of a show on a Tide host platform that I don't fuck with at all. I moved on after I decided that I did not want to have any personal dealings with that fraudulent, weird ass, predatorial, disgusting, cycloptic ass fool, who I'm no longer associated with. And I know you also really aren't associated either with that messy ass a motherfucker. When I left, I tiptoed out the sanctuary quietly. But like you, Von Ray, I can never leave anything respectfully because I think the big dick energy on the both of us, it just makes people lose their fucking mind. So even when we peacefully bow out, even when we're willing to keep it all cute, just leaving is going to cause a nuclear eruption. So unfortunately, you know, when you got that sauce and you got that juice, you just don't have the luxury of walking away even respectfully. Because people know what you're taking with them when you walk away, whether that is any possibility, any hope, any light, or whatever value it is that you bring to a person's life. Taking that away from them is going to cause an adverse chemical reaction in them. And that's something that we can't change. We can't do nothing about that. We don't have no control over what other people do when we pack our bags and we haul the fuck ass. Now, Big Sexy did text you. And the text was really weird. It was threatening on one hand. It was a whole lot of things. I'm going to pull it up here and maybe you can give some context to this text. He sent you this text here that I'm going to post on the screen. Let me take down this banner. And actually, let me pull up my other screen here. All right. Boom. He sent you this text that reads, "Hey, let's not let this get dirty and ugly for social media. You know, I know extremely, all cap, too much about you, your life, and the horrible things you've done in your relationship to your fiance. We said we was brothers, and it's unfortunate it took a street dude who's been shot 26 times to go on social media to tell a complete lie. I left peaceful. Let's not make it ugly. I understand your channel was struggling extremely bad, but this is not the way. You know, you told a bold-faced lie, and it's unfortunate that you never in your life can own up to anything. Don't be that person they said you was. Heart emoji." Do you want to speak to this message?
I really feel like, for one, I never lied.
What is he
That's
claiming that you lied about? Like, what is he even referring to in this?
honestly, I think that was for one, he know I'm not lying. I feel like that was a way to get me to respond to whatever he was saying. I don't know. But I'm not triggered. I don't, like I said, he know I'm not lying about this car giveaway. It's clear as day.
Yeah, I mean,
But
yeah, black and white.
I don't know what he was referring to on that. But just the threats of you knowing too much about me. Honestly, I ain't never told him nothing that I didn't care that he told anybody, because I already knew he was messy and told me everybody business around him. So me telling him everything didn't bother me to tell, because I was like, yeah, if I tell him this and he tells somebody, it don't bother me. I already knew he was messy and would tell everybody business. So that didn't trigger me or bother me either. I'm gonna stand on my 10. So
Absolutely. And that's also why it was important for you to do this live, because he think he got something over your head as it relates to your relationship. So you emptying his clip was important and saying, "Hey, yeah, me and my girl have problems. We've had problems." That's not, you're not incriminating me because
yeah,
you're
and I
threatening
feel
to
like
expose the status of my relationship.
yeah, and I feel like that if that's for something for her, if she wanted to come forward and say this happened or that happened, or I cheated or I did this or I did that, that's for her to do. And she has that right because it's her experience in our relationship. But for you to try to weaponize that based off her private moments and her trusting you to tell you anything, and the same with me, our private moments and me trusting you and then telling you something that you really had no business of knowing, it's crazy. Now you're trying to weaponize that versus seeing the real picture is you're crazy for what you're doing to your fans, and you're crazy to even hold me to the standard of saying I'm not loyal to you by not going along with your bullshit. It's wild.
Wow. Yeah, that is really fucking nasty, because if he's good friends with her, then this looks really odd optically that he would attempt to spite you by weaponizing what is also her personal business. Because it's not like this is just your business, it's her business too. And threatening to go forward as if, once again, as if that's even incriminating. It's not incriminating.
Yeah, I mean it ain't. I mean it is what it is. I mean, like I said, if she ever wants to come out about whatever, whether it's cheating or whatever, I mean, hey, she has that right to do it for herself. I don't feel like nobody should weaponize that and use that as a weapon for whatever reason he want to gain from it. That's all.
What are you hoping now that you have come to set the record straight? You have painted the picture clear. You've emptied his goddamn clip. What are you hoping will come from this?
This is the thing. I don't wish nothing bad on nobody. I just know all I was hoping for nobody to get misconstrued, and I didn't
Yeah.
know things were getting misconstrued when I, like I said, went in my shell, didn't pay attention to his videos. I didn't know. So now that I've known, that's all I care about. I wish you all the best, but I do wish you wouldn't play on people. Like, it's one thing if you just out here just scamming for a living and that's just what you do, but it's another thing to sit out here to and pander to women, because that's what he does on my podcast, on his Instagram. Period. You pander to women. You pander, and that's how you gain your following. But it's another thing to also do that and also manipulate them to think you're gonna help women and do something for women and people in need when you just doing it for likes and views. I feel like that's disgusting, and I feel like it's low, and people need to know.
And to punish you for actually calling him out on that and separating yourself from that is wow. To attempt to get mad at you and to reverse Uno because you got a problem with the bullshit he doing is crazy,
And
crazy
somebody asked
compare.
you, somebody asked what was my response to his message. I didn't
Okay, I was
reply to
going
you
to ask
guys.
you to
Yeah.
were you okay if you had a few minutes to take some questions from the audience, or did you want to take any questions from the audience?
No, we could do it. I got time. Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna drop the link for anybody who want to come to the link, but also if you guys officially have any questions for Von Ray, you can either hit the link or you can state your question in the comment section, and Vaughn can speak to that. I'm going to drop the link. Moderators, please continuously rotate the link so that the viewers have access to it. Okay, so y'all can start asking Vaughn whatever it is y'all have on y'all mind to do. But you was about to speak to something that was in the chat.
But no, I was just saying that I didn't respond. I saw that message just come up on my phone, and I was just like, no, I didn't respond, y'all. I wasn't going to let that message trigger me to respond to something that, because you don't know the angle. You saying I'm lying about something I know I'm not lying about. What am I responding to that for? Because I know I'm telling the truth. You get what I'm saying? So that's all it was.
Okay. Tyrus has a really good question. He said, Vaughn, how do you attempt to avoid the eventual cross beef between content creators moving forward? I would remove the word the eventual word, because this don't happen inevitably. As Vaughn said, he has solid relationships with me. He has solid relationships with other influencers. So it's not like this is something that is bound to happen, just period, because it doesn't. I have very healthy, close relationships to influencers. So does Vaughn. But the question still remains, Vaughn, do you think that there's anything better that you can do to avoid situations like this when it comes to other content creators?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I think that question is even more broad than that. You know, I seen somebody in the comments saying I'm always in a weird relationship, toxic relationship. I feel like that's just me taking accountability to understand I need to keep growing as a person, and I need to make sure I'm aligning myself with people that's like-minded and not on bullshit that I'm not with. So when it comes times like this, I'm not obligated, or they feel obligated for me to do something that I'm not with, and vice versa. Because it may be a time that somebody may feel like me doing something is not in line with what they want to do. And that's just in friendship, content creators, or even relationships that I've been in with women. We just wasn't aligned, and shit just tore up for the miss. So I feel like that was even a more broad question than what he was asking. So hopefully that answers your question, my man.
Well, something that you also said earlier in the conversation is that you feel like you kind of knew, or you maybe had picked up on it rather quick, that he was messy. So maybe that's a takeaway, is like when people show you who they are, is at this point, I think it's safe to say that we can believe people, because people typically are who they present themselves as. So if they come
Yeah, but I
messy
try
and
to I try to give people, like, with
a
me.
benefit of it out, I do the same
Yeah,
thing.
but see, with me, like, I may I may talk to somebody and tell them something, but I ain't gonna tell nobody else, right? Or they may tell me something and it may not leave my mouth. So I try to give people that same grace, to where if I'm talking to you, I'm just talking to you, and if you just talking to me, you talking to me, type shit. But and if he told me other people business, I'm like, maybe he just telling me, right? But when it came to a point to where it's like, no, he ain't just telling me, because then I get random DMs from people that's in our circle where they make a fake page and they telling me he telling them my business. So it was kind of like I started to know that, okay, this just ain't me.
Okay, we got a lot of more. We got some more questions in the chat. Well, Vaughn, it's going to be impossible for Vaughn to ride solo, Max, because I mean he's a podcaster. I mean, like, it's inevitable. Like, this is social media, so even y'all ain't gonna see me riding solo all the time. Like, I mean, I'm bound to do collaborations. I'm going to do collaborations. There's going to be all of those things, but you know, every influencer has their check and balance in terms of vetting the people that they surround themselves with. I have a better vetting system for myself as well. But Deborah had a question in the chat. I'm trying to scroll through. So I kind of lost my placement here. Oh, it's been a lot of comments since the last comment. Let me scroll up some here. Boom, boom, boom. I'm down with the same issue. Deborah had said to did. Hold on, I'm trying to get my placement. Y'all thumbs up the video, please. I don't even see the comment no more. Hold on. Let me see. Fine, gets wrapped up in something. Nope. I think Deborah was asking basically, are you going to have rotating guests? Well, you already have rotating guests. I mean, you're a podcaster. That's the nature of
Well, right now I'm in the process because I've been people watch the show. We ain't got a million followers, but people watch the show. So it's been people that have influence already, and they've been inquiring about coming on and wanting to be an official guest or just rotate when they can. And I feel like that's the more space I'm in. But I may settle in on somebody. And it's been people that I've been talking to on the regularly that I'm kind of creating a vibe with. But I hate this is the thing I hate when you go through something with somebody else, you kind of be looking for that stuff that went wrong in the new person. So then you kind of missed all the good quality they have because you just looking for the wrong that you trying to miss that you went to before. And I think that's not fair. So I think that's what I'm kind of battling right now. So it's weird. So hopefully we'll sell it on somebody. I really want to try to do like a few co-hosts. So if somebody fall off, it's not a big miss,
All you had to do was ask me, Vaughn. I mean, it is just easier to just fucking ask. Gosh. Teresa says, is it possible that your girl just mentioned something to him when they were friendly and he told her lies about you to spill private things?
I mean, I don't think at that point he knew anything about me. Like I said, I've been knowing this person less than a year, so I feel like we was going through stuff, and he presented himself as a trustworthy person, somebody we both can talk to, and I feel like she took that leap to give him that open door. So, yeah.
Max Got Facts says, do you think you are a good judge of character overall, or do you struggle with discerning folk?
I think that's true. I think I'm not a good judge of character. I feel like I give everybody benefit of the doubt. Shit, I've been painted as the devil once in my life, so I feel like everybody has an opportunity to be somebody new every day if they take that choice. So I guess I'm not.
You kind of already answered this question a little bit, but Taru said, do you think that this was really an isolated incident, or do you think you need to assess your entire vetting process when it comes to people you connect with? Like, do you think that you need to assess your whole way of trying to judge people, or do you think that Bit Sexy was just an isolated occurrence? Because no vetting says there's no vetting system that is 100% safe proof. Like even the people who have a very thorough vetting system cannot keep every demon from entering into the sanctuary. They're still bound to be.
I don't think that's fair to, like, I can't sit here and vet you to the point where I'm not giving you an opportunity to be your true self. I'm just looking for the worst in you. You know what I'm saying? I feel like he presented himself as a decent person. Yeah, he made his passes and said shit that put me on alert that he was attracted to me, but I don't think I took it to the way that it would potentially come an infatuation or issue or anything like that. So I think that's just me being who I am, or just being cool, not judging nobody, whether you gay or straight. It don't matter. I've always said, and anybody that know me from back even when I was in high school, I always used to say, I don't care if you like horse dick. I don't care what you like. It's just not for me, and I'm gonna treat you like how I would want to be treated. And I tell my kids that every day. I tell my kids that every day. I don't care if you want to draw. I don't care if you want to kick a rock up the road. As long as it make you money, I'ma support you, and you're gonna be successful at it. You better be the best rock kicker they ever been. That's
And
just how I move.
I would say that the reason why Vaughn isn't going to give up, even with collaborating and even just developing friendships with queer people, is because I'm a shining example that not all of us are messy as hell. That it ain't about being gay or straight. Like, if you good people, you good people. If you solid, you solid. If you dependable, you dependable. If you consistent, you consistent. You know, if you got it, you got it. So, period. I'm also going to get to what you just also sent me. Somebody else asked, people have been asking, does Big Sexy in fact smell like a big ass toilet? I know at times he has been offered mints, and y'all probably have had to Febreze and bleach the couches down, but can you speak to his hygiene for those who are
that? Who said that? Put them up on the screen, because that sounds like somebody that know what was going on inside
Veronica
the
says, well, you know, Veronica says, does he wipe his butt? Does he smell? And Max Got Facts been asking from the beginning, does he smell like big doo-doo? And you guys know that, you know, Big Sexy came under controversy when he admitted that he doesn't bathe daily, and that sometimes he half wipes his ass, especially if he, you know, is trying to get out the door, that he might only wipe once when he should wipe 12 times. And his ex-boyfriend had came out and stated that, you know, he lacks in those areas, but he has doubled down and took pride in the fact that he don't wash his ass like that, and even said that everybody else claiming that they wash daily is capping, that everybody got a funky ass booty. Do you want to
Oh my God. Like I said, man, I felt like whoever commented that, I felt like they know something that go on inside the podcast, because that sounded like something that it was exact. You had to know what's going on inside of here. But
okay, so what happened? Like, what was going
exactly
on?
what I said. Whatever they said, I'm not negating none of it. I felt like it's somebody that know the truth. So if you hide behind a page,
I mean, but he has put this out about himself, so it wouldn't be surprising to anybody that it showed up in your experience.
So if you want me to be clear, yes, it was.
What?
Yes, it was bad. Like I said, it's just.
Okay, hold on. I don't know. Well, hold on. I need detail. Like, what exactly was bad? Like, what you mean it? Like, what's it that was bad? What's
my God, everything. I don't know, and I may be exaggerating because I'm OCD. Anybody that know me, I'm hygiene to the T. Like, you ain't gonna never catch me smelling bad, and it's just from. And I'm not talking shit. It's the truth. From the breath to the smell is just bad, and I feel like he has embraced that for himself because he's always struggled with hygiene his whole life. I feel like he's just embraced it and not care. I feel like him growing up as a kid, he's got picked on about it, so he's embraced being stank and nasty. I feel like that's just his thing, and he's learned how to be okay with it and laugh about it and make it a joke like it's cute. And I just feel like that's how he deals with it. I don't understand it, but hey, whatever works for you.
Okay, but wait a minute. But did you not ever think this was bad for business, considering that y'all both had to be around other people to do business together? Like, were you not concerned about how that would impact?
Yes. I'm gonna be honest. One time I remember, and now we just spilling tea at this point. Goddamn.
One time you spilling transparency. That's all.
Yeah. One time I do remember we was filming, and he kicked off his shoes and put his shoes up on the table while we filming. And I looked at the young lady's face when she looked at his socks, and I was just like, "Come on, bro, why you got to do that?" And
you think that's bad?
Not only the socks was dirty, his feet was stinking, so it was just weird. Like, but like I said, I feel like it's something he has embraced as himself, and he loves it because you know how when you have a trauma or something that you dealt growing up with, you learn to just be like, fuck the world, this is me, and if I'm stank, so what, fuck you. And I feel like that's just his mindset behind it.
This is him embracing what you said he's embracing. He posted his feet and said, y'all, why I meet this man on an app and he told me he loves crusty feet. He made me send him a video of my feet and why he told me they're out of his league. Y'all, is my feet that bad? LM FAO. So to your point about him embracing, he has embraced the part of him that's Sexy Red. Him and Sexy Red are embracing the same vibration. You know, she wants gonorrhea on her lips, and apparently, you know, he wants to be all natural. Wow. Okay, another question. Vaughn, why do you feel like you always need to be in a relationship?
That's a
And
good
do you
question. Go ahead. I'm gonna hit the end.
and do you think that the situation with Big Sexy calls for a harassment suit or a restraining order or any type of legal action at this point?
No to the legal actions. I'm not no scary nigga. I'm not worried about nothing. I feel like he's been around me and got to know me long enough not to play with me in certain type of ways. I hope so. And if he decides to do otherwise, yeah, I don't know. I ain't gonna say nothing crazy. But why do I feel? I don't feel like I need to always be in a relationship. That's the crazy thing. I felt like the relationships that I have been in, it just kind of happened, and in the moment, I just kind of got engulfed in it, and that's just what it is. I feel like before I got shot, y'all, I feel like conscious. I feel like I was on my single shit. Like I was finding myself doing, staying on my grind. I got shot. I was dealing with um the young lady I was just recently got out of a situation with, and in the midst of me recovering, she was just there, and the relationship just became a relationship at that point. Um, so hey, I don't feel like I always got to be in one. You know, it just stuff happens, life happens. But I probably should be more very analytical and try not to be in one for a while.
Okay. Max Got
Yeah.
Facts asks, are you genuinely happy these days? Like, what is Von Ray's sense of happiness these days? Are you happy? Are you troubled? Are you just okay? What is the truth about just how you feeling these days?
I'm genuinely, I'm genuinely happy. I'm okay with life. I love waking up in the morning, going to work, grinding, doing what I do. I think everybody had their days when they may be down, and I feel like sometimes people around you contribute to those stresses of what you got going on. But in the moment I'm in now, where I'm focused on self and I'm doing everything I need to do for me and align my stuff and not have no pressures of what I need to be doing because I got somebody else around me, it's good. I'm happy, y'all. Ain't nothing tripping.
Shay Lassess says, was there some jealousy at all on your end with clips of him going viral on the podcast? Were you jealous of him perceivably being the bigger star?
No, that was the whole purpose. I feel like that's why I brought him on to give that presence. At the end of the day, I was never jealous. I don't feel like I've never had that in me at all. I put him up there to do exactly what he was doing, to go viral and do all the things he was doing. Um, and at the end of the day, every clip that ever went viral, it had my logo on it, produced by Von Ray TV. It never bothered me. That I was more so about the brand. I was more so about pushing the brand. And to me, nobody was bigger than the brand. So that was all it was about to me.
Wow. Okay, I'm scrolling through to see if there's anything left here. Questions going once, going twice. Wow. Well, I think you covered it all. Is there anything that you feel that else is important for you to filter into the discussion as it relates to
No,
you and Big Sexy?
no,
Will
I
you
just want
be
y'all to.
will you
Hmm?
be responding if he continues to go all out, if he continues to put you on blast? Are you going to respond depending on what's being said, or are you done?
I feel like if it's needed, I mean, I felt like it was needed to do what I did. Was it yesterday I posted the video? I feel like it was needed yesterday. Um, and I didn't care about what came after. If I need to make a personal video and talk about him trying to set up some trans situation with a lady trying to say I said something about messing around with her and she not even knowing me, if I need to address that, I will. And for anybody that, for me, if I even had any, if I was doing anything like that, I would just live in it. I would be doing it. The world would know I'm a comfortable dude, and that's just what it would be. But as far as responding to anything, if it need be, but other than that, I mean, I'm gonna just keep living my life and doing what I'm doing. We got another great episode coming out, hopefully tomorrow. We got Bambi Loving Hip Hop. We got a lot of good people coming on. We with iHeartRadio. We got deals this year. We got a lot of stuff going on, even without him. And he may have contributed to all of this stuff going on that's going on now, but hey, we still gonna move forward.
Period. Some people are asking, are you and Storm still chatting these days, and would you consider doing a show with him?
For one, Storm, that's my dog, right? And I truly, for the people that been here since the very beginning, when me and Storm had our podcast together, I feel like me and Storm had a good thing, and we both didn't handle it right and let other people get in the mix, instead of us staying on our grind and doing what we was doing. But yeah, we still talk. Storm doing his thing. Unfortunately, Storm don't even live in the same city as me anymore, so I don't think it would be kind of hard for us to do a show together. So, but you know, I support my boy. I be tuning in to everything everybody got going on that I talk to.
Last but not least, seem like you really want to have this conversation about the community. So whenever you get some time, we ought to talk about that. We ought to come back and get into that discussion.
The crazy thing is, we done had those conversations before on my podcast, and I feel like. And
did y'all know that when me, Reckless, and my other co-host had reviewed one of those episodes, and we got into addressing Vaughn and his guest politics, etc., that nigga motherfucking unfollowed me on social media and motherfucking called the friendship off and didn't even let me know a damn thing after he gave me permission to do a damn reaction video, knowing that I'm king of the LGBT.
I'm gonna say this.
Like,
I'm gonna say this, right?
Commentary gonna be.
I'm gonna say this. That's my fault because I should communicate, right? But I feel like that wasn't one of my most happiest episodes, and I'm still in the midst of learning these things. And learning the community and what you guys got going on, I feel like every straight man should verse himself around certain type of people, because straight men will be homophobic and don't even know why.
That part.
Like, we'll be hating you and don't even know why. And it'll just be, he not even gay. He just don't know. It ain't familiar to us and we don't like it. You know, so I feel
y'all
like
got a raggedy ass parents, that's why.
Yeah, and I feel like that wasn't one of my most happiest episodes, but you know, it's out. It is what it is. But I feel like we had those conversations, and I feel even in the moment, my co-host at the time, he kind of guided me through those conversations and tried to help me understand stuff. And I felt like that's where I became comfortable with him, and didn't really understand he still had a motive behind all that shit. So yeah.
But the stuff he said, it was fact and educational. Like, two things can be true at the same time.
You can't take that away from him now. He gonna say some shit.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I would love to have you back to talk about, you know, gay men hunting down straight men and all this and all of that. That'll be a very interesting dialogue. So you keep me posted on when you got some time, and I would love, you know, for us to indulge in that and bring some people up and just get a conversation going, etc. It'll be fun. The moderators are also posting your link below. And I guess if that's it, then we can conclude and wrap this up. I want to thank you for, first and foremost, trusting the platform and for, you know, setting the record straight right here, you know, on the Consciouztv platform. We do it all. We get into the exclusives for 2024. And Vaughn, I will have to say, for y'all talking about, I need to be a co-host. Vaughn has offered to host me and to bring me on anytime that I'm in the Atlanta area, etc. And actually, me and Vaughn gonna be doing a sit down as well when he get his ass in town, whenever that will be. So you guys stay on the lookout for that. But Vaughn, can you shout out once again where they can find you at? Because you got the podcast on Facebook and everywhere. So let the folk know where they can find Set the Record Straight.
Yeah, so basically, guys, I know y'all used to seeing me on YouTube, right? But our biggest platform right now is Facebook. For some reason, Facebook is loving the podcast content. We over 100,000 followers over there. It's amazing. Y'all can chime in more on Facebook. There's more people involved that you can go in the comments and argue your opinions with. But it's Set the Record Straight podcast over there. YouTube is Von Ray TV, Instagram, TikTok, Set the Record Straight pod. And yeah, we just gonna keep going up, man.
That part. I also posted the link to the Facebook page as well, where you can find Set the Record Straight. And thank you, Vaughn, for setting the record straight.
Oh,
You
and let me say something too.
Yeah.
Let me say something. Let me say this. We got an interview with Larry Reed coming up, so y'all stay tuned for that too.
Period.
Because I know y'all sector gonna love that shit. Because we got that coming.
You know, we just support.
You didn't even know that, did you? You didn't even know that, did you, Conscious?
Of course I know. I know all things. Duh.
Oh, okay.
I know all things. All right. Well, you stay in the green room. I will wrap this up. And you just sit tight. All right, you guys. That was Von Ray setting the record straight. You guys, please follow Von on all social medias everywhere, girl. And press like, share, and follow, girl. 2024. You know, a lot of things went down because of retrograde. I told y'all retrograde is shaking the table, and we're still in a shadow period following last year's retrograde. So it's still going down, girl. Everything is becoming unearthed, child. So I get up out of here. Me and Vaughn will return to entertain you guys at some point in time. I love y'all. Have a very safe weekend. You may see me again before the day is out. I don't know. It's a lot of things going on. Tell a friend of a friend of a friend of a friend, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.